The purpose of this video is to address a very common problem that pops up for homeowners who are working on loan modifications by themselves, and that is the finding of the trial payment. So if you want more information about what a trial payment plan is and how that relates to a loan modification, watch those videos. There's other videos about that. Real briefly, if you are approved for a loan modification, you will likely, most investors will give you a trial payment plan, which is a 3-month agreement where basically the bank is testing you to make sure that you can make your mortgage payments regularly without any problems. After the 3 months pass, that's when they give you your final loan modification documents. That's when they remove you from default and they finish the process. So you would think it sounds straightforward, right? The bank says we need to receive, for example, a mortgage payment of $1,000 for May 1st, June 1st, and July 1st, and you need to send them the mortgage payment. Well, these servicers are big, and a lot of times I run into homeowners who are like, I don't know what's going on, but they're saying they don't have my payment. They're saying they can't find it or they lost it. So the number one thing to do is when you get your TPP agreement, make sure you read the trial payment plan and make sure you're sending your payment in exactly the manner that the bank has asked you to send it. Don't do anything different. If the trial payment plan agreement tells you to mail your payment to a certain address, mail the payment to that address. Don't call it in, don't pay online unless that's a specific option listed in the trial payment plan. Most TPP agreements will want you to mail your payment in. I know that sounds old-fashioned, and once your TPP is over and your final modification is ready to go, you'll be able to make payments online or over the phone or set up auto pay. But for trial payment plans, most lenders want them mailed in. So get the address from your TPP agreement and mail the payment in that way. Most importantly, mail every trial payment tracked, meaning go to the post office, go to a UPS or a FedEx store and pay a little bit extra to have your trial payment mailed with tracking information so that you can go online and you can tell the bank exactly when your payment gets delivered. Oftentimes, you will have to read your tracking information to the representative on the phone. They have billions of different kinds of mail coming in. They have a bunch of different representatives. And if you just handwrite an envelope and send your payment in, you can get into this whole situation where they can just tell you they never received it and you won't have any proof that you sent it. So don't let yourself get into that situation. If you're mailing your payment, mail it tracked. If you're calling in your payment, if calling in a payment is an option on that TPP agreement, at the end of your call, make sure you ask the bank for a confirmation code. That is the phrase you want to use. So let's say you call in, you're like, hey, I'm making my May 1st trial payment plan. They'll ask for your payment information, and then when they say, okay, it's all processed, don't let them get off the phone until they give you a confirmation code. The confirmation code will usually be an assortment of letters and numbers. You want to write that down, and then you want to call back in a week or so just to make sure that that payment actually went through and actually got processed. And then if there are any problems, or if they say that they don't have the payment, you'll be able to read them the confirmation code that they gave you in order to prove that, yes, there was a payment made and you have the confirmation code. Again, if you have to choose between paying by phone or paying by mail, I always say that paying by mail is better for a trial payment plan. I've seen less problems go as long as you send a tracked payment by mail. The one that you really want to avoid, even if it's listed as an option on the trial payment plan document, is paying online. Once your modification is done, pay online all day long. That's a great, easy way to do it so that you don't even have to think about it. But for a trial payment plan, don't pay online because there's not a human on the other end immediately applying that to your trial payment plan. And that can be a situation that can cause the payment to get misapplied or put somewhere different than where it needs to go. So my recommendation is if you're on a TPP making a payment, mail it to the address they tell you to or call it in if they've given you that option and avoid paying online. Good luck.